Ever wondered what it's like to live in one of the fastest paced cities in the world versus one of the slowest? I grew up in Hawaii for 14 years of my life and have now been living in New York for a year. This has to be the most opposite place of my hometown. And in this video, I want to share comparisons of my lifestyle in both places because I'm currently considering leaving New York for a slower life, but I know there's pros and cons to every location and the grass is always greener. I'm making this video because I'm wondering, does the city that you live in have an impact on your work ethic, your social life, and your mental state? There's the fast life versus the slow life. Is there a better option for you to live? And which one is it? First, let me show you the differences in my daily life and routine, starting with New York. I'll start with some journaling and emails and checking the weather to figure out what to wear. It's raining. I have a workout class booked at 8 a.m., so I hurry to the subway for my commute. The subway gets delayed, so I'm now running behind. But I can't be late to my class, otherwise I'll be charged $30. I'm now slightly stressed, but I'm used to this. Train delays occur often. I rush over and I make it to class.
And then slowly start to extend those arms at your back.
After my workout class, I head over to my favorite cafe, Stone Street in Soho. Coffee shops are everywhere, which makes it very convenient, but a lot of people don't work in traditional offices, so many of them are still pretty packed. My coffee is $8 and the quiche is $10. Overpriced, but pretty standard here. After I finish working for a couple hours, I see that it's sunny out, so I want to enjoy it and take a break. It's pretty easy to get distracted by all the options of little treats. Today I'm grabbing boba guys. I head over to Washington Square to enjoy some people watching. The overstimulation is real. It can be overwhelming, but it is free entertainment, and it's always really fun to see. I return home to work a bit more. Everyone works long hours here, so you feel pretty motivated to stay focused as well. My friend Janice just invited me to go play Catan at her house, so I think I'm actually gonna go. It's like 8:30 p.m., so it's probably gonna be a late night. Things always come up, and you always end up having some kind of last-minute plans here at night, even on weekdays. Whether it's grabbing drinks or watching a movie, this city kind of pushes you to want to keep doing things. Janice is one of my creator friends, and it's really fun to have that community here. Since it's so easy to hang out, I decided to head over, though sometimes walking around late at night in Brooklyn can feel a little sketchy. But it's worth it. I have a great time being with my friends and almost winning Catan. In Hawaii, my mornings are way calmer and often start with nature. I enjoy journaling and then going for a little morning run or walk or gym. It's definitely hotter outside, even in December at 8 a.m. I head over to a coffee shop where I can sit outside. It feels nice to be in some fresh air while I work, though sometimes it's harder to stay focused. I do prefer a cozy work environment just because seeing the sun sometimes can be a little distracting, but obviously it is beautiful outside. I finish up some work at around 2 p.m., take a break, and hit the beach with some friends. Life is definitely slower here. People drive slower and walk slower, and it makes me feel a lot more present and in the moment. After the sun goes down, I'm home, showered, and feeling pretty relaxed and refreshed, so I try to get a bit more work done at night, then head over to bed. For context, I used to dream about living in New York when I grew up on this little island in Hawaii. I would come to this pier, look out into the ocean, look out to these ships and the airplanes, and just dream of getting off of this island because I felt so isolated. I definitely didn't appreciate here when I grew up, but as I get older, I definitely know that there really is no place like Hawaii, but there's also no place like New York. These are two very, very unique locations. It's such a privilege to have grown up here and to be able to also move to such a crazy city. Now that I've shown all my routines, I want to discuss the pros and cons of living in a fast versus a slow city, and we're going to start with New York. The pro about New York is that there is all types of people living in that city, and you can easily find your community because of how many different people move there. I find that it attracts the best of the best. Everyone is so ambitious and motivated when they move there, and they're all looking to pursue something. So if you have a dream, that is definitely the place to move to. Also, the public transportation makes it so easy to do anything all the time. I find people are so down to just go out, even last minute. It's so easy to hang out because you can just get on the train, go to the complete other side of the city, and do 20 different things in one day all over the place. And that probably contributes to this fast-paced life. Now for the cons of the city. It is dirty, it is expensive, it is such a struggle to live there. You are overwhelmed the moment that you leave your house. It is such a stressful place to live in just because there is so much happening all the time. The highs are very high and the lows are so low there. I find that you can have the most magical days of your life in the city, but also when you're down, like, you are just so beat. It sucks to like have problems that you're going through while you're in the city because every single day you are faced with a ton of challenges and stuff being thrown at you. But I definitely think that helps to contribute to making yourself like a stronger human being. You adapt to the lifestyle there and you do have to get used to it. I also don't think it does a good job of incorporating nature. Yes, there's the river and these parks in the city, but you never feel like you totally escape the city. In New York, I kind of feel like it just does not have clean air at all. Because of this, the lifestyle definitely gears towards shopping, eating out, dining, and all these materialistic things, and it can get really expensive. It definitely motivates you to work harder. At the same time, this is a good and a bad thing because you don't need a lot to be happy, and sometimes you could just live a simple life and be okay with that and be happy with not needing materialistic things. I definitely feel like I think about money a lot more when I'm in New York City. Definitely when you think about apartments and locations and having laundry in unit and all that stuff. Whereas living somewhere else that is more affordable, that is a slower life, can get you more space and it doesn't have to be as stressful. It's definitely someplace that it's probably only for your 20s. Okay, I just hiked to this little waterfall behind me. I hope it's not too loud, but I wanted to shoot in nature because I think the biggest thing that draws me towards this slower life and not the city life is because I love nature. I need nature to, I don't know, live. Hawaii, I think its biggest pro is obviously the beautiful landscapes. A slower life allows you to kind of enjoy nature and slow down a little and have some peace. Living somewhere with nature allows you to have your work days but also decompress in nature afterwards, whereas somewhere like New York City, it's just going out to drink or hanging out in an apartment with some friends. Because of this work-life balance, people are much more friendlier in these sort of places like Colorado, Hawaii, and it makes you feel happier to live in that place as well. Now, the biggest con to all this is I personally think it can sometimes be harder to focus and kind of chase your dreams in a place where it is so relaxing all the time. Additionally, in places that are not cities, it has way less opportunities for jobs and networking and things that could probably help you further your career. Now, this is debatable as a con for Hawaii. I personally have started to really like the idea of seasons. Now, I don't love very drastic seasons like freezing cold temperatures like New York, but I think having seasons allows you to feel like time is kind of passing, whereas here the days kind of blend together because it's just warm every single day of the year. That's why this is debatable, because it's kind of a pro to have sunny weather all year round. But for me, I kind of like the seasons aspects. I feel like life in Hawaii feels so much slower because of the seasons thing. I find that seasons kind of keeps things interesting as well, because once you're tired of the sticky hot summer, it's already getting cooler and the leaves are turning orange. Although with seasons comes this winter depression, and I personally think I'm happier when I'm under the sun, and this is very common in a lot of places. So it can be nice to live somewhere that is constantly warm, but at the same time, I don't think it really helps with your mental state that much because I can get pretty depressed in the warm weather as well. Honestly, I made this video to compare my two lifestyles in New York and Hawaii, and they're so different. But I really don't think there's a perfect place or lifestyle to live. There will always be pros and cons of every location, and I think that's what I've been learning as I've been getting older. You could always dream to live somewhere, and I made a video about travel as an escape, and I find myself always thinking about if I were in this specific place, my life would be so much better. And when I'm in New York, I think about Hawaii, and when I'm in Hawaii, I think about New York. But in reality, it's just because I'm dealing with something that I want to go away from sometimes. So something to reflect on. Both amazing locations, and I think it depends on the type of lifestyle and goals that you have. A city can bring you so much opportunity and it can be so good for chasing your dreams, but also it depends on what your dreams are. You can chase your dreams in a place like this. So I think living nomadically is fun, but also there's pros and cons to that as well. I truly believe that for my mental health, being somewhere with nature is really important, but at the same time, living in a city does help strengthen my goals and my work ethic, and that can be quite important for me right now. Change really excites me, and a place like New York has so much going on that it's exciting for me in my 20s, but I can totally see myself in the future wanting to live a slow life like this again. Every location is just gonna have something that is good and something that is bad, and it really depends on what your goals are at the moment. And that honestly helps push you towards your goals even more and help you think about what is best suited for you. All right, if you made it to the end of this video, please give me a like and subscribe because the algorithm does not like to bless me right now. So please let me know what type of lifestyle is for you, whether you're a city person or a slow life person. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.